Okay, so in this section, I want to talk about studio mode. Studio mode lets you take your OBS interface and experience kind of to the next level. And you see when I clicked on it, it brings up two windows. The program window right here shows you what's going out to your source. So I'm going to go ahead and click, we'll just do start streaming. Again, kind of a private unlisted stream. So, and we will click on the BMD. But when I click on my preview, preview shows me the next scene up. Okay? And I can click on whichever one of these I want. So for instance, I want to come over here to my color bars, and now I click, when I want to transition to it, I can either cut or fade, so I'm just going to click cut. And you see, now I've switched. Now, because in my previous section, I had set up the different microphones for this, my laptop mic goes from scene to scene to scene. So studio mode is really about, the video that you'll see. I can click transition and it goes back to the other one. I can click fade and I can click cut, and it kind of flip-flops back and forth between whatever I've got. So I'm going to tell it transition again to go over to here. And now you see it brings up that NDI source, and you can probably hear a little bit of that audio. If I do the video clip, it doesn't have it set, but when I click cut, it brings it up and it starts playing it. So studio mode is really powerful because it lets you make sure that, your camera, for instance, is ready to go. That your sources, your camera's framed up, or maybe, your video clip or whatever in NDI is where you want it to have, or whatever you're doing. And so you can actually kind of preview it, because that's again what it says right there, preview. So the preview is really, really powerful because it lets you, again, kind of make sure that your sources are ready to go before that, and the scene is ready to go. And you'll see how when I click on the scene, it brings up whatever audio sources I've got, so I can tell that those scenes, the audio for those scenes is also ready to go. And so now when I click cut, it moves over to that scene. And the same thing back over here for NDI. I can fade into it and it's there. So studio mode is really, really powerful. And that's kind of, again, the basics of studio mode, where, I've started using studio mode pretty much exclusively because it just gives me much more control and much more confidence, that whatever webcam I'm doing is ready to go. And you can see, in fact, when I switched on in my preview, the preview that I set up from this scene didn't immediately change over until I hit cut for that. So I can, again, kind of mute that camera and cut back. So the studio mode gives me that confidence that what I want to show next as a scene is ready to go. It's a kind of a good thing in case you forget something. Make sure you got your microphone set and all that kind of good stuff. So studio mode, again, kind of really recommend it. It really, again, gives you that confidence that your next scene is ready to go, depending on what you're going to do.